If there's one storyline in Outlander Season 8, Episode 3 that really stands out, it's what happens to Henry and, more importantly, what it reveals about the kind of world Jamie Fraser and Claire Fraser are now living in. Because Henry's situation isn't just a side story. It's a warning. It's a turning point. And by the end of the episode, it becomes clear that nothing is as safe or as controlled as it once seemed. At the start of the episode, Henry's presence doesn't immediately feel like a major threat or concern. He's introduced in a way that almost blends into the larger tension building around the American Revolutionary War. There's already unease in the air, soldiers moving, alliances shifting, and the sense that conflict is closing in. Henry, at first, feels like just another piece of that world. But the episode slowly starts to shift focus. What makes Henry's storyline so effective is how quickly things escalate without warning. One moment, everything feels tense but manageable, and the next, Henry becomes the center of a situation that spirals out of control. This is where the writing really leans into unpredictability. There's no long build-up, no obvious signs that this is about to happen. It just does. And that's exactly the point. Because Henry represents something very important in this episode: vulnerability. When things go wrong for him, it's sudden and chaotic. Whether it's an attack, an accusation, or a violent confrontation, the key detail is that Henry doesn't see it coming, and neither do the people around him. That lack of control is what makes the moment hit so hard. For Jamie Fraser, this situation becomes personal almost immediately. Jamie has spent so much of his life trying to protect the people around him, trying to create some sense of order in a world that's constantly falling apart. But what happens to Henry shows that even Jamie can't control everything. There's a moment in the episode where you can see that realization hit him. It's not just concern, it's frustration. It's the understanding that no matter how strong he is, no matter how much influence he has, there are forces at play that are bigger than him. And then there's Claire Fraser, whose role in Henry's story brings a completely different kind of tension. Claire steps into the situation not as a strategist or a leader, but as a healer. And this is where the episode really leans into her strengths and her struggles. Because when Henry is hurt, or in danger, or on the edge of survival, Claire is the one who has to step in and do something about it. But this isn't a simple medical situation. This is a moment where Claire's knowledge of the future, her modern understanding of medicine, and the limitations of the 18th century all collide at once. She knows what needs to be done, but she doesn't always have the tools, the environment, or the time to do it. And that creates one of the most intense parts of the episode. Because Henry's condition becomes a race against time. Every decision Claire makes carries weight. Every action could either save him or make things worse. And unlike in the modern world, there's no safety net here. No hospital, no advanced equipment, no guarantee of survival. It's just Claire, her instincts, and the pressure of the moment. At the same time, the situation surrounding Henry isn't just physical, it's also political. What happens to him doesn't exist in isolation. It's tied to the larger tensions of the war, to the people involved, and to the shifting balance of power in the region. Depending on how you interpret the episode, Henry could be seen as a victim of circumstance or as someone caught in something much bigger than himself. And that's where things get complicated, because the episode leaves room for interpretation. It doesn't spell everything out clearly. Instead, it gives you pieces, fragments of information, reactions from other characters, hints about what led to this moment, and asks you to put it together yourself. Was Henry targeted? Was he simply in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or was this part of a larger chain of events that hasn't fully been revealed yet? The answer isn't completely clear, and that ambiguity is intentional. For Jamie, the situation forces him into action. He can't just stand back and observe. Whether it's protecting others, dealing with the fallout, or confronting whoever is responsible, Jamie is pulled deeper into the conflict. And every step he takes brings him closer to the reality he's been trying to avoid. The war is here, and it's not going anywhere. For Claire, the impact is more emotional. Saving lives has always been her purpose, but moments like this remind her of the limits she faces. She can't save everyone. She can't fix everything. And sometimes, Even when she does everything right, the outcome still isn't guaranteed. Henry's situation becomes a reflection of that truth. And then there's the emotional ripple effect. What happens to Henry doesn't just affect him, it affects everyone around him. It changes how characters see the world, how they approach the dangers ahead, and how they understand their own roles in what's coming. Because if something like this can happen to Henry, it can happen to anyone. That's the real message of episode 3. The sense of safety that existed, even in small ways, is starting to disappear. The war isn't just something happening somewhere else anymore. It's here. It's personal. And it's unpredictable. By the end of the episode, the biggest takeaway isn't just what happened to Henry, it's what it means. It means the stakes have been raised. It means the characters are no longer reacting to distant threats, they're living in them. And it means that moving forward, every decision is going to matter even more. Because the world of Outlander is changing, and it's changing fast. Henry's story is just one piece of that shift, but it's a powerful one. It shows how quickly things can fall apart. It shows how fragile life can be in this time period. And most importantly, it shows that no one is truly safe, not even the people you least expect. As the season continues, the question isn't just what will happen next. It's who will be strong enough to survive it.